Reach high, aim high, and obtain.
To begin with, you're going to need to pick either my Ultimate Probiotic Yogurt, Arrowroot yogurt, SIBO yogurt, or my sour cream. My version, because it's extra creamy and I feel like it's more potent myself, but we're just going to take a couple tablespoons of that. You don't need much, you just need enough that it'll infuse the batter and at the same time give it this tang that's just absolutely delicious. Now, the next thing we need is 2 eggs. So I've already washed our eggs. We're just gonna crack this into there. And I'm using my paper towel I dried it with so I don't get an egg mess all over my counter from the eggs. Okay, there we go.
Those are such rich eggs.
Yes, and you can see how yellow the yolk is. And then we're just going to whisk this really, really good. You don't need much, you just need enough that you can see how thick that is, see that? And that's from the yogurt helping to make this really, really thick, but it's also gonna give it just a delicious flavoring, and it also helps with this consistency coat our batter really good. Over here, of course, I have my homemade heavy cream yogurt or sour cream. And I'm just gonna cut off the ends here. Get that unusable.
You've used today, you've chosen with
Today I chose to use Reuteri. The importance is that you're using my version, which means it's a heavy cream based yogurt because of the flavor as well as the properties that it will impart to the food. It's so important to do that. Okay, and then what I've done is I've quartered this. Is that big enough? No, I hadn't done that part. And we're just gonna dump them all in here. And move this around and get them all well coated with our batter here. And then over to the side, because I usually make more than enough, my dry ingredients of 1 cup organic arrowroot flour, 1/2 cup organic almond flour, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon ginger powder, 2 teaspoons paprika powder, 2 teaspoons curry powder, 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, and 2.5 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt or a quality salt all together. And I'm basically going to take this, because you can see I got it well coated, and I'm just going to put this in here and take this up and move it around, get it well coated, shake off the excess, put it down on my cutting board. And I've got basically one hand I'm using for the wet ingredients and one hand I'm using for the dry.
Good strategy.
Yes, very much so. And of course, when I take out the zucchini, I'm shaking off the excess in regards to the liquid, so that way I don't have too much liquid getting into my flour. So I can technically keep my container here like I've got in the fridge, so that between batches of making fried foods, I've already got something ready to go, which has been working out really great for me. So then I'm not constantly having to make more, because my people here, they love my fried chicken and my fried zucchini. So it's always good to kind of have it on hand when they say, we'd like chicken today, and I say, okay, and then they say, well, we'd like zucchini today. I've got you covered. So that's why I'm doing this now. And I found it's working out great, and so I chose this specific container because it's got a little bit of a funnel effect. It's not huge, but just a little bit, so it'll make it easier. I'm getting down to the bottom. I'm gonna have to make another container, I do believe. There we go. Just got a few more pieces here. Because we're just doing one zucchini today. Now if you're having more people, then you would definitely want to increase your egg as well as your flour that you would use to make sure you have enough for everybody. Because these things go fast, I will say that. Usually, because they're so delicious, especially with the quality that the yogurt imparts. It gives it this tang that's just absolutely delicious. Okay, then if you're lucky and you got enough property, take it and you're gonna put it in your egg concoction again, roll it around, shake off the excess, and dip it again, because if you can do a double dip, oh, you're gonna get a great crust. I mean, a really good crust.
That's what we had last time you made these, and they were so delicious.
They are good. If you can do the double dip, I suggest doing it. If you can't, it's okay. It'll still be good. It just won't be as good. Just to warn you.
They won't know what they're missing till they've had it.
I know. And then once you've tried it, you just can't go back. Temperature gauge, my thermometer here, is getting ready to beep here imminently. I've got it set to let me know at 320, and within just a couple seconds here, I knew it was gonna say 320. And I was gonna start going off. It usually does a few degrees before it there we go. Okay, and 19, and now we're at 20, so I'm gonna start adding our zucchini.
Because when we fried the chicken, it
We
dropped
already
down.
fried the chicken, and that's why it had cooled down. And we're just delicately adding the zucchini here, because we don't want to let it flop all over the place. So that's our one zucchini. And we're gonna let that fry for just a few minutes. And then after a few minutes, we'll flip it. But I found usually about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna set myself a little 10-minute timer. And depending on the size of your zucchini, that will change your cooking time. So you will need to be aware of that. So if you were to cut them smaller, realize that it
Might
would
go off.
It will, once it hits a certain temperature gauge. And realize that your temperature will drop as you cook when you add them, because it does naturally cool it. So just be aware, it's not a big deal. You'll just need to adjust your temperature as needed. And I usually start it on medium-low, and then the temperature will usually drop down when I add my zucchini sticks. But that's okay. Just let it do its thing, and you'll be okay. And then we'll come back in a few minutes and show you next steps. Okay, so we're gonna flip these, and it's actually only been about 7 minutes or so. But like I said, depending on the size of the zucchini you're cooking with, you'll want to keep your eye on it. That one's double crusted. There we go. You can see we got a really good crust on these. Isn't that beautiful?
That is really beautiful and appetizing.
And now once you've done your flip, you don't need to cook it long, like maybe a minute or two. So you don't want to go past that particular thing once you've gotten to this point, because the zucchini, as you can see here from the color, it has had enough cooking time. So we're just more or less cooking the other side to make sure we get the crust on all sides well cooked. And also make sure you have some salt on the side so that you can, while it's still wet before it fully cools down, that you can take it out and give it just a little bit of salt. It doesn't need much, just a little bit. Okay, I think those are looking done now. So I'm going to take these out. Oh, and I can feel how crispy the crust is. Yes. Let me put these over here on my cooling rack. And I've chosen a cooling rack that I have a pan underneath. It fits it, so that way I can do what I need to do, and it'll drain off the excess oil, but I won't be making a mess all over the place. See, there's my timer for the zucchini. It's been my minute of cooking. Like I said, once it gets to this state, you want to be pretty fast on it. Okay, then we're going to... There's my alarm for my my temperature. Then you just want to take a little bit of salt, and I'm using the pink Himalayan while it's still wet, so that the salt sticks. Because if you wait and then you try and salt it, the salt's not going to stick to it, and that salt really adds, even though there's salt in the batter, that little bit extra salt adds so much. And then what we do, because this is so good, I have to share it. Okay. Is any of you that have seen my garlic sauce, and I purposely made this just a little bit thicker, you can see here. And you can make it thicker by either putting it just a little bit more cream or adding more arrowroot. Either one will work. But you see here how thick my garlic sauce is? This is like the perfect dipping sauce for these, because it really sticks to it. It's so good. It's just so delicious. So we're gonna show you how good it is. And there's our zucchini.
Well, that thing, that's nice and crispy.
Ooh.
That is good.
Nice and crispy too, huh?